The series begins with our protagonist Chen, who has a very important tennis match and is nervous and anxious. But he pulls himself together and plays with all his strength, and he wins. And the entire court shakes with the screams of the girls. Yes, dear viewer, don't be surprised. All of them are cheering for him and are obsessed with him. And just when the match ends, all the girls run toward him wanting to take a picture with him, or at least touch him or shake his hand. And everyone sees him as the prince of the school, the cool boy. No one can approach easily. The boy whose charisma makes every other boy jealous. And in the middle of all this, there is one girl who always watches Chen from far away, and her heart beats fast every time she sees him playing, or even when he is just walking in the street. So you don't need me to tell you that this girl is Lulu, our messy, unlucky heroine who always lives in the shadows and has never even thought of getting close to Chen because she has no confidence at all and always feels she's not on his level and is scared to confess her love because she fears he will reject her and wipe her dignity on the school floor, and everyone will bully her for confessing to the most popular boy in the school. But even with that fear, the love inside her doesn't leave her alone, so she decides to make a Facebook account where she writes all her fantasies about herself, writing about the moments she wishes would happen and the scenes she wants to experience with Chen. And every time she finishes a post, she feels like she's getting closer to him, even if only in her imagination. And she keeps dreaming that one day these fantasies will turn into a real story, but sadly, nothing good lasts. Because no matter how much Lulu tries to get close to him, she can't, because she's like a ghost. No one even knows she's in the same class with them, even though she always loves helping everyone around her, cleaning the class alone and joining all the charity work in the school. But even that doesn't give her any friends. She is still alone, and every day she goes back home remembering that there is no one real in her life except her online friend Quaha, the only one on the internet who always likes and comments on whatever Lulu posts and encourages her. And yes, dear viewer, likes, comments, and notifications really are enough sometimes to keep us going through the day. And one day, while she is going to clean the storage room like usual, she hears a loud voice from the room next to it, and she instantly knows whose voice that is. She freezes when she finds out it's Chen, and the bigger shock is that she hears him swearing and she can't believe her ears. Chen, the Chen she knows, the perfect student who never said a bad word ever, the boy everyone sees as a role model because of his looks, fame, manners, and politeness, suddenly is not as perfect as she thought. And the poor girl is still trying to process what she heard when she accidentally slams the door and makes a loud sound, letting Chen know she was there. And she quickly tells him, "Of course, if I swear to you right now that I wasn't listening to you, you won't believe me. What happened was by accident, so please don't misunderstand. And I didn't hear you swear." And he tells her, "Fine, pretend I won't believe you anyway. And if you tell anyone about me, I'll crush you." And she backs off saying, "Why? It's not worth all this. We're trying to be kind here. Look, I didn't see you and I don't know you." And she quickly grabs her things and runs outside, her heart racing, shocked that the moment she had been dreaming of turned into a nightmare. But unlucky Lulu doesn't realize that while running, she drops her phone on the ground. And of course, Chen picks it up and by coincidence opens the account Lulu made, the one where she wrote all her fantasies about him, and he sees everything written from the moment she dreamed of confessing to him to the part where she imagined how they would look if they dated, and his face changes completely as he finally understands everything and discovers Lulu's secret that she hid from the whole world and even from Chen himself. And all this while she still doesn't know she dropped her phone and is gathering her things ready to go home, until suddenly she is shocked to find Chen standing in front of her asking, "Where's your phone?" And in that moment, her heart sinks because she realizes she lost it and can't find it. And suddenly he pulls it out and tells her, "I saw everything, by the way. Now explain to me what this story is. Are we in a relationship, or what is this you wrote?" And Lulu says, "No, damn it. I wish it got lost and you never found it or saw what's inside." And she doesn't know what to say, her whole face burning with embarrassment. And she tells him, "So you know everything now. Okay, fine. Tell me what you want me to do. I'll do it, but please keep what you saw between us." And he says, "I'm playing you? I'm actually ashamed anyone knows we're together, and you treat your dignity like a carpet." And Lulu snaps back at him, "No, you already crossed the line. We stayed quiet and you walked in with your donkey, or what? Do you think you're better than me? Let's just be good with each other. I will keep your secret that you swear, and you're not the perfect person everyone thinks you are because you turned out to be a hypocrite. And you also keep my secret that I write fantasies about you. Just consider what happened, a misunderstanding that never happened." And Chen says, "So you come at me, raise your voice, swear at me, and then say it was nothing. Fine. Fine, deal. But listen, if you slip even once and say anything about me, I will turn your life into hell. And she tells him, why? I don't even know you. And with that, they agree to keep each other's secrets. And after Chen makes sure everything is safe, he leaves, while she stands frozen in her place, her heart still pounding, unable to believe that Chen himself talked to her for the first time and finally knew she existed. And now she knows his secret, and he knows hers. And the world suddenly feels full of the sweetest secrets. And their relationship starts taking a new shape because every time they see each other, they exchange looks of challenge. And that makes Lulu sometimes feel like she is finally alive, no longer the ghost of the class, and that finally someone sees her and light. Lulu becomes bubbly and happy because Chan now sees her and knows her and even holds a secret against her. And as she is returning from school, she bumps into a girl and her bag falls. So kind-hearted Lulu helps her gather her things, but she is shocked when she finds a t-shirt with a name on it inside the bag. And it is clearly Chan's original t-shirt that was stolen long ago. And suddenly Lulu's blood boils because she feels another girl is trying to steal Chan from her, and she keeps saying she must get rid of her as soon as possible. So she decides to get close to Chan and starts searching everywhere for his t-shirt until she finds it in the room next to the storage room and wonders how he even enters here because this is Mr. Kim's room. So she goes to ask him how he has the key, and he smiles coldly and tells her it is because Mr. Kim is his uncle. And Lulu is shocked and asks what else he is hiding, and he snaps back, telling her to mind her own business and keep her nose in her own face. And she gets annoyed, but he doesn't care and asks her what she wanted. And she tells him she saw a girl with his t-shirt and maybe she stole it, but he replies calmly, so what? And she gets mad, asking how he doesn't care that someone stole his t-shirt, saying that with this attitude, people could even steal his underwear since it is all normal to him. But with even more coldness, he says without any care that he is simply a cold person, and he irritates her more by saying it's fine if the t-shirt is stolen. It's not the end of the world. He has others, and many things were stolen from him. What can he do? The girls love him too much, and Lulu tells him, believe me, I was wrong, and you humiliated me. I told you. And he embarrasses her again by saying, I told you before. Mind your own business. So she becomes ashamed and walks away heartbroken, feeling she will never be special to Chan no matter what she does. And she goes home and writes everything on her account, writing about her jealousy and how she cannot handle the idea that there are many girls around him and how he treats them normally like she doesn't exist. And tears fall as she writes, but she feels a little relief until suddenly she finds Mr. Kim standing in front of her telling her he wants her to write a story for the new school magazine. And she asks why now, and he tells her that Chan said she writes great stories and has a wide imagination and that he recommended her. And she is shocked, wondering what Chan told Mr. Kim, and she becomes scared he betrayed her. So she goes to confront him, but on the way she finds the same girl again in the sewing room holding Chan's t-shirt. So she goes to argue with her and asks, why did you take Chan's t-shirt? And the girl replies, what's it to you? Are you dating him? Tell me. And Lulu freezes for 5 seconds and asks herself why she is even upset when they are not together or connected at all. And Lulu tells her she is right and she shouldn't be upset and apologizes for starting a fight and walks away. But the girl doesn't care at all and says, yes, what was I supposed to do? And Lulu asks how she can be so cold and if she isn't attracted to him. But the girl doesn't answer and takes the t-shirt to leave. And Lulu gets annoyed because she was ignored. So she follows her and asks her to tell her what her relationship with Chan is and why she has his t-shirt. And the girl gets angry and tells her to mind her business. And Lulu doesn't pay attention to her steps and almost falls down the stairs if Chan did her last stockings check. But when she reaches them, she's standing, so runs to him, apologizes, and gives him the t-shirt and tells him did mean to take it behind his back, but he doesn't care and says he knows his fans are obsessed with him. And she tells him, fans, you think you're a movie star and I'm supposed to be obsessed with this? You're not the center of the universe, sweetheart. I only wanted to use your nice body proportions to sew clothes your size because I work in sewing. And Lulu is shocked and relieved that the girl doesn't like him, finally feeling safe. So she asks the girl's name and she says her name is Sherry, and the two of them decide to be friends since both their minds are messed up in the same way. And after school, Lulu is shocked again when Chan tells her he wants to walk with her, and she becomes extremely happy thinking this is the luckiest day ever because it's the first time someone walks with her. And not just anyone, her crush himself, so she agrees. And as they walk, she asks him why he hides his true self, and he tells her that the world wants the perfect person, and if people knew his real side, he would be no different from anyone else and wouldn't be special, and the girls wouldn't like him because he would be ordinary, so he has to keep worrying about his appearance, his body, his food and drinks, even though in reality, he doesn't eat healthy at all. And at home, he devours everything, and Lulu is shocked he hides all this and pretends just to be loved. And she envies him because at least he can pretend. While she can't, she is always anxious and scared of people's eyes on her, which is why she isolated herself and started living like she didn't exist, like a ghost. And that made people ignore her completely. And he feels bad for her and tells her he wants to get closer to her in the coming days and become friends, but only on the condition that she doesn't tell anyone at school that they know each other because of his popularity and because he doesn't want the girls to stop liking him and lose his fame. And of course, she immediately agrees. And the next day, Lulu is shocked when Sherry eats lunch with her and introduces her to her friend Leo, who tells Lulu that from today, she should consider him just like her other friends. And Lulu replies, "I'll consider you like them, the ones who don't exist." And she is happy she finally made friends, but also sad because she can't talk to Chan at school since no one can know they are friends. So she is forced to go to Mr. Kim's room to meet him secretly. And when Chan notices she is sad, he decides to make it up to her and tells her she can come to his house and have lunch with him. And she becomes incredibly happy imagining him introducing her to his family and saying she is the girl of his dreams and that he will marry her. And she keeps living inside her fantasies. But she wakes up and goes to the gardening class, and time passes without her noticing because she is too distracted with her daydreams. And the teacher scolds her because she still hasn't finished her work while all her classmates already have. And she gets upset because she has no friends to help her finish. So she is forced to stay in the garden until night, and suddenly a kind boy appears and offers to help her if she wants. And she becomes happy and thanks him, and they work together until she finishes everything in less than 10 seconds. And she returns to write her story and give it to Mr. Kim, and he offers her to write in the room next to the storage room instead of sitting alone in class. Yes, the same room where Chan is. So they can sit together and become closer, and life becomes sweet like grapes, and she becomes happy and agrees. And when she arrives, she hears Mr. Kim talking to Chan, asking him to join the school's annual competition, which includes tennis, telling him it's a great opportunity because it's a global competition only the best students join and important people might discover him. And Chan becomes nervous and says he might not participate. But when he sees Lulu excited, he tells Mr. Kim he will think about it, but Mr. Kim keeps pressuring him until he is forced to agree. And Lulu becomes extremely excited because she will see him on the court in the same. Lulu decides to participate in the ping pong competition, and after she finishes, praise be to God, she wins on the first day and qualifies for the finals. And when she finds out that the tennis team will be playing, she goes to watch Chan, but the shock hits her when she learns he isn't in the match and that he has an injury. So she runs quickly to the room to check on him and finds him sleeping, covers him gently, then goes to get him something to eat, but he wakes up and tells her he isn't sick like she thinks. He only used an excuse so he wouldn't participate in the match. And she asks him why when the team needs him, and he tells her the most important thing for him is his comfort and that they play much better without him, and he slows them down and they will win anyway, and he trusts them. Then he casually goes back to sleep, and she becomes upset, thinking he is lazy and just wants to take the victory the easy way. So she tells him, "Do whatever you want," and leaves and goes back to class. And the next day, she decides she won't talk to him about it and instead continues her own competition. And she only has one match left, and if she wins, she'll get a medal for the class. But she becomes distracted, thinking about Chan and worrying about him, afraid that not participating affected him mentally because she knows he doesn't have many friends and that his teammates treat him badly because they are jealous of him. So she gets nervous and worried she might lose, but suddenly Chan appears in front of her and starts cheering her on, and she becomes very happy and begins playing with fire in her heart, hitting right and left, winning points until she wins the medal, and Sherry claps for her and congratulates her, and her classmates thank her because she finally brought them a medal, and she can't believe they even noticed her, that they know a girl named Lulu exists. And after that, she goes to thank Chan and finds him nervous and trying to hide his face and apologizing her, and she asks him why. What is he apologizing for? So she tells him that yesterday after school, she followed him and saw him training with all his effort, but she didn't understand why he didn't participate when he clearly wanted to. And the truth is, his teammates bully him and mock him because he is popular among the girls. And he says, "As you know, all the girls love me, and even the teachers, and unfortunately my confidence dropped a little. I started feeling like I'm the reason the team loses, and like they say, I got in with connections, so I didn't want to participate, and I ran away even though I trained well." And she feels sympathy for him and tells him she is sure he is a good person. He worked hard and did his best, and no matter what, she will stay proud of him. And he becomes so happy because this is the first time someone likes him as he truly is without demanding perfection. And in his happiness, he hugs her and can't hold back anymore. So he confesses his feelings and tells her he wants to date her, and she agrees on one condition. He must never mention it to anyone at school because she just got friends and she doesn't want anyone to bully her or know her relationship with him since these things bring jealousy. And he tells her, "We agreed. Whenever you want, we'll announce it together. We're dating now. I don't mind, and I don't care about any girl except you." And she becomes so happy she jumps in place acting strangely, and Sherry notices something is off with her. But when she asks, Lulu doesn't say anything. And despite Lulu's joy, her heart aches because girls still approach Chan even though he doesn't treat them like before, doesn't laugh or joke with them, and keeps a distance. But still no one knows Lulu is his girlfriend. Even though she feels upset, she knows he'll make it up to her. And the moment she tells her friends they're dating, he'll take her out on dates and dinners and many romantic moments, and nothing will matter. And he won't talk to girls. And he even invites her to dinner at his house to change the atmosphere. And he cooks for her himself while she looks around his room and becomes happy. Her dreams are finally happening because she always wished to see his room. And now she knows Chan's smell and space. But despite all this, something still worries her, and she doesn't feel fully confident. She still can't believe she's dating him, thinking she must be dreaming. And she writes her feelings on her posts and finds the same person commenting again, telling her these thoughts are normal and she can overcome them with time. That the important thing is she is dating someone she loves. And she becomes happy and feels he is right, and her mental state improves a little, and she starts accepting herself and the reality that she is normal and can be loved, that she is a beautiful, sweet, skilled, kind girl who loves helping others. And she becomes motivated and goes to the garden to plant flowers. But unfortunately, she's still distracted and falls flat on her face with no one to help her except the same boy who helped her before. So she uses the chance and decides to get to know him, and he tells her his name is Kai, and she asks him why he is always alone and friendless. And he tells her he got used to loneliness, and she feels sympathy and tells him she wants to be his friend, and he agrees. And she writes on her account that she now has a new friend, and the same secret account comments again to congratulate her. And now we know the account owner is the same person who knew her story from the beginning and always encouraged her and loved her in secret because he doesn't have the courage to confess, and also because he knows she loves Chan, and even if he confessed, she wouldn't accept him, so he decides it's better to stay by her side as a friend at least. The important thing is that he stays with her, that's all. And when she goes to class, everyone becomes sad when the teacher tells them that their leader is sick and will withdraw, and he asks them to choose a new leader. And they all choose Lulu. Yes, dear viewers, she brought them a medal, and she is shocked. She became from the most ignored girl to the most famous girl everyone loves. And now she is the leader. And will she participate in the festival? No, not yet. And all this, dear viewer, while you're still watching without liking or subscribing? No. And she goes happily to tell Chan she became the new leader of the festival, and she will handle everything. And he tells her, "What are you happy about? Are you crazy? This will destroy you. You'll do everything. You'll be responsible for this and that and that and that," meaning you'll be in deep trouble if it doesn't go well. They'll bully you. They'll tear you apart. And suddenly, she receives a message from Kai asking her to come urgently. And when she goes, she finds him waiting, and he decides to confess the truth, telling her, "Look, I'm the one who always commented on your account. I'm the one who loved you in secret. I'm the one who wrote to you, and I'm the one writing to you now." And she becomes shocked and embarrassed and asks him not to tell anyone. And he tells her, "Shame on you. You're my close friend. I'll never expose you." And at that moment, Chan passes by and sees them talking and realizes Kai is close to her and that they are friends. And his blood boils with jealousy, especially since no one knows they are dating. And Kai probably thinks Chan is just a friend and might ask Lulu out any time. And this makes Chan burning with jealousy and not wanting her to talk to anyone. But she tells him Kai is like Hani, the only one she can't leave because he is lonely, and she promised they'd be friends. And he knows her secret and promised not to tell, so she can't betray him. And Chan tries to control himself and tells her, "Fine, do what you want," pretending not to be jealous, and then tells her he has news. And she says, tell me the good news." And he tells her he decided to participate in the tennis tournament and will be with the team and play and won't care about what anyone says. And she becomes extremely happy. And after that, Kai sends her a message telling her he wants her to go out with him today to watch the fish. So she gets ready and takes Chan with her to introduce him to Kai. But when they arrive and Kai sees them together, he gets upset and says he brought her to watch the fish. But fine, they can watch alone. And she tells him she wanted to introduce him to Chan as a friend, but he refuses and says he doesn't want any friends friends except her and wants Chan to stop involving himself in the relationship he already has with Lulu, so Chan becomes annoyed and says, "What do you mean, stop involving myself in your relationship with her?" And Kai says, "I don't understand. Why are you interfering? Are you her boyfriend or something?" And Chan gets nervous and stays silent for a second, so Lulu quickly tells Kai that they are just friends, not dating or anything. And Chan becomes even more tense and says, "So even your closest friend who knows everything, even he, you tell that we're just friends? You hide from him that you're my girlfriend? You're ashamed to tell him and you lie saying we're just friends because you're scared someone might take me away from you at any moment." And Lulu immediately sees how upset and hurt he is and asks him why he's acting like this, why he's pouting since they arrived. And Kai says maybe it's because she refuses to announce they're dating, and that if she announces it, maybe Kai would stop sticking to her and then go away. But she tells him, "Hey son, he's like Hani. He doesn't stick to anyone. We're just friends." And Chan says, "Yeah, I know boys. I know their thinking and their intentions. There is no guy who calls a girl sister or friend unless he's actually attracted to her and waiting for the right moment to confess his love." And she tells him, "Hey man, don't make a big issue. I told you he's like Hani. God bless you." And he gets mad saying, "Damn Hani, I told you forget about him." And she asks him, "So what do you want now?" And he says, "It's easy. Either you introduce people to me and remove yourself from the situation, or you let people know we are dating so everyone stays away from us politely and you stay away from him, or we break up." And she is shocked and asks if he is serious. And he says, "Fine, since it bothers you this much, then let's break up." And he leaves, and she pretends she doesn't care. But once alone, she cries and collapses and falls into depression. And at school, she's no longer lively like before. She has depression. The spark is gone. She doesn't go out with friends or eat or do anything. And everyone around her notices and tries to pull her out of this state, but no one succeeds until the day of the big school festival where she is the leader and has a lot of work. And Leo uses the chance to talk to Chan and tells him Lulu needs help and that this is the perfect moment to reconcile and bring their relationship back. And Chan hesitates but agrees. And at the same time, Kai finds Lulu alone and helps her prepare everything, getting closer to her and taking advantage of being alone with her, and even hints that he likes her. But everything she talks about is Chan, so he becomes upset and jealous and tells her directly, "Listen, let's be honest. I like you, but I know you're dating Chan, so my only advice is to make up with him before you lose him." And by coincidence, Chan is present and hears everything and realizes how much Lulu loves him and that Kai, no matter what, will always be just a friend to her. But at least now he knows he holds a special place in her heart, and he becomes very happy and decides he will participate in the final tennis medal match so he can win it and give the medal to his girlfriend. And he becomes motivated and wins and brings the medal to Lulu. And he tells her he is sorry he was stupid before, that he acted childishly and was selfish, thinking he loved her, but she's the one who taught him to change and stay true to himself. And he tells her he's not upset with Kai anymore. On the contrary, he wants to thank him personally because Kai is the reason he finally understood how to confess his feelings. And because of him, he realized how loyal Lulu is to him no matter what. And while she is happy that the misunderstanding is resolved, she tells him she is busy and needs to finish her work, so he leaves and wishes her luck, and she finishes everything, and the festival turns out amazing, full of grapes and apples, people getting close, everything working out beautifully. Everyone is happy, and her classmates come to apologize for their behavior and tell her she is the best leader they have worked with and that she is kind and helpful and didn't get mad at them even though they bully her. And everyone claps for her and cheers for her. And Lulu is finally happy that they value her and see her, and that she is no longer a ghost, that she now has her place in the school, and everyone loves her and wants to be her friend. And she goes happily to Sherry and Leo, who tell her something is missing on the rooftop, and she must go check. And she's shocked and asks what she forgot, then goes up and finds the rooftop fully decorated beautifully with Chan waiting for her, telling her he wants to talk to her urgently. And she immediately understands what's happening, and he tells her he heard her friends talk about her, how organized and kind she is, and how she carried everything alone even though she was lonely and could have refused to help, especially after they bullied her. But he knows her heart is kind and forgiving, and that's what made him fall in love with her. And he tells tells her he fell in love with her even before she fell for him because she always caught his attention, always alone, sitting quietly. Yet every time someone looked at her, she smiled at them and helped everyone around her without asking for anything. And he reminds her that the festival is done and everything is perfect. So now she must give him a word. But before she can speak, he asks her to take him back and not break up because he was stupid and he swears he won't repeat his mistake. And she tells him she is literally a potato under his feet and doesn't need to think. She already considers herself married to him for 2 years with kids, and she agrees to get back with him. And she tells him on this happy occasion she will tell her friends they're dating. And he says, "Don't joke, stop your nonsense." And she says, "Nonsense what?" And he says, "You fool. They are the ones who arranged everything on the rooftop and sent you here. Did you forget?" And in the middle of their silly confessions, the fireworks start everywhere, and everyone celebrates them, and Lulu is finally happy she no longer has to hide or pretend she is not dating Chan. No one will bully her again, and she finally has a name in school and a purpose in her life, and everything becomes rosy and sweet, and she will live her dreamy love life, and everything she wished for came true because of her kind heart and her smile that never disappeared despite everything. And the next day at school, Chan holds her hand in front of everyone, and she becomes nervous at first, and all the girls come to congratulate her on her engagement to the handsome boy and wish them to stay together forever and celebrate the happy moment. And at that same time, Leo confesses he likes Sherry, and they decide to date too, and everyone congratulates them. And Lulu returns to her account to write her diary, but she no longer writes fantasies. She writes the truth, posting pictures of her and Chan and all their sweet innocent moments. And Kai sees them and reacts with hearts and comments, wishing her relationship stays strong forever. And finally, he reconciles with Chan, and they become friends too. And like that, our movie ends. So if you like this story, subscribe to support the channel. Thanks for watching.